Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. Hello and welcome to episode 204 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is online personal training dead? Now, I know I've been on a bit of a hiatus from this podcast show. In fact, I believe it's been about 4 months since I launched a new episode. A lot's happened over the last 4 months. I believe, if you haven't been following me on social, I got married. I'm now a married man. I have a wonderful wife and we're living the happily married life. Currently moved into our castle, which has been really cool. It's a big house here in Melbourne, which we settled into in September. Moved into a new office, and it's been absolutely hectic. Our team's grown from, a two-person show in 2017 to now having over a dozen employees, which is absolutely amazing. And look, there's been a lot of data that I want to share with you guys, all the personal trainers and fit pros and coaches that listen to this show. It's been an amazing journey serving you up until date, and really I wanted to kick off 2018 with proper structure, but more importantly, to give you so much value so that you can go out there and help people, regardless of whether or not you jump onto any of our programs. It's not even about that. It's about giving you guys the utmost, the best marketing material, the truth, because inside of the online fitness business coaching industry, there's a lot of lies and there's a lot of shambles. And I think this podcast episode right here is actually going to help you and break down really the truth of what it's like to start an online personal training business. Is it even worth your while? And the reasons why I want to start this off is because in 2017, I saw about 6,000 personal trainers. I had contact with 6,000 personal trainers when I did the numbers. And most of them wanted to start an online fitness business. Most of them wanted to have freedom. And that's true. And there's nothing wrong against that. And when I left the gym, when I left training clients inside the gym, I wanted the freedom. And it's completely okay. Now, a lot of these trainers, the biggest thing that gets me about these trainers is that they'll go out there and they'll teach their clients to fitness is a lifestyle. Fitness is about the long-term game. You don't just start a diet. It's not about, it's when you start a diet, it's starting it for the rest of the life. But when I saw this, I saw a lot of hypocrisy, and I saw a lot of things go on inside of these personal trainers' lives across the board on social, on Facebook, on Instagram, and every single person, every single fitness coach and trainer bought into shiny objects and quick fixes. And I want to share something with you, because whilst we did coach a lot of trainers and we had a dozen of them make anywhere between $100,000 to $350,000 in the first year of working with us, I think that's an astounding feat, because, I don't care how much money personal trainers and fitness coaches can make in a week. There's so many people that will tell you, hey, you can make $5,000, you can make $10,000 in a week. And I don't care, because the truth is, that's not, for most of these guys selling you on their services, it's not about how much you make in a week. It isn't about how much you make in a week. It's about how much you make in a year. And are the trends growing? Are you actually making more every single month? Are you freeing up your time? Are you building systems? Are you building processes? And there's so much bullshit that goes on inside of the industry where people showcase, I got 20 clients and I made $10,000 this week, and come with me, and they're on track to make billions of dollars. And it's all bullshit. Here's the truth. Most personal trainers are broke. In fact, if you're listening to this right now, you're probably not where you want to be, but that's okay. The whole point of this show is to actually keep you ahead of the trend, give you all the marketing, give you all the tactics. I set it out in 2017 when I started it to just give you one actionable piece of advice every single day so that you can go in action. And whether or not you did that, I know some people that's purely just listened to the podcast and made hundreds of thousands of dollars. I know thousands of others that listened to the podcast made nothing. Now, what's the actual difference? And is online personal training still viable? Is it still a viable option to grow your business? The truth is, right now, if you are coming in and you want to start an online fitness business, I'm going to tell you how difficult it is to begin. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Chances are, if I have a look at our statistics, chances are there's probably a 0.1% chance that you actually make it your full-time gig. We worked with 24 clients inside our legacy program. We kept it capped at 20 inside of our legacy program last year, and a dozen of them made over $100,000. to make it their full-time living. Now, if you really want to know why online personal training is dead, it simply comes back down to supply versus demand. We look inside of the marketplace and look, there's so many people that are needing your services. There's so many people that are overweight, obese. They're more diseased than ever. Yet the reality is, you have a look at it, whilst the epidemic increases, so do the viable options, the availability, things like apps, technology, things like gyms opening up, things like more and more programs on Instagram, online, celebrity programs, all these options, right? All these detox and juices. And so inside of your prospect's mind, here's what they look at when they compare you. Okay, I'm not going to bring you the bad news, but I want to also give you the good news. Okay, so they're going to compare you with all of these viable options. And so if I'm a prospect and I'm thinking about training with an online trainer to help me lose some weight, already inside of my mind, I already go, okay, well, what are my options? Well, how much am I going to budget? I'm going to budget between $50 and $100. Okay, because that's what I deem is worthwhile. That's how much I think online personal training is worth. Simply because if it's worth more, if I'm going to pay more than that, well, I might as well go and have an in-trainer gym, or I might as well go for a cheaper option, which ultimately is going to give me the same result. So here's the truth. If you're going to sell online fat loss, if you're going to sell muscle gain, if you're going to sell things that have become commoditized, and what that means is there's so much, there's supply and demand is not inside of your favor, and there's so many options that the consumer now has competition, which the consumer always wants to drive a commodity market, because a commodity market means that they're going to get the best deal. And then you're simply not going to survive unless you want to play that cheap game. Now, if you want to be successful inside of the online fitness space, then you need to spend 10 years on social, getting followers, and then launching a program. But in 2017, we had half a dozen people work with us who had over 1 million followers on Instagram, who were making, and they were still working in the gym, and they were making anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000 on a good month. But the problem with this is that what we see is that the coaching model is not sustainable. The coaching model is a week, a month, 6 months from now, but it's not a business. Okay, it's not a business. And what I want to share to a lot of personal trainers and kind of, looking at where I started and where I'm at the moment in terms of consulting, marketing, agency, coaching and all of that jazz, is that the difference between where I started and where I am today is my ability to evolve and problem solve. And I know that sounds really cliche, but I want to share something with you that if you don't begin to shift in 2018, then it's going to be very difficult for you to teach, okay? Inside of 2018, understanding diet and training is not a valuable skill anymore. Okay, maybe it was in 2005, maybe it was in 2007, where there wasn't a lot of resources, information around that. Right now in 2018, we have so much information around diet, training, resources, and now you become more noise inside the marketplace. What you really need to understand is you need to evolve yourself. You need to add and be able to open up the boundaries of just going, I understand health and fitness, and I understand training, I understand nutrition. And I want you to be able to uncover yourself and really open up your boundaries so that you open up your mind to more possibilities. Okay, and what does that mean? It means that you need to understand that your life as a coach, not just a personal trainer, but as a coach, is to help your prospects get to their desired outcome. That is, you need to help your prospects be happy. Most people want to lose weight because they want to be happy. Okay, now we know that losing weight isn't just an external issue. And it's not just about trying to rock up to a session eating clean. It's about changing their internal world view of how the world works. It's changing their habits. It's changing how they actually perceive and put out energy. Because guess what? Whatever you think is true. If you think the world's a shitty place to live in, guess what? The world's a shitty place to live in. If you think the world's a fantastic place to live in, guess what? The world is a fantastic place to live in. Whatever you believe in life is true to you. Okay, so if ultimately your goal as a coach is to make them happy, well, ultimately you need to learn how to change their worldview. Okay, so what I need you to understand right now and here in 2018, if you want to become more successful, you want to help people, and you don't just want to put out a PDF program, make money, send affiliate traffic to it, and yada yada, sit on the beach and do nothing. You actually, like, as trainers and coaches, the best thing that we ever had, the best thing that I did inside the gym was coaching a client and actually feeling and getting told the story of how their life changed, how they didn't settle for a shitty relationship that they shouldn't have been in, how they actually grew from it, how they've found a new job, how they've found new hope because of what you've done to help them. That's coaching. But when we think about personal training, we think about giving advice for fat loss and training, and it's not that. So if you were thinking about jumping inside of the online fitness space, online PT space in 2018, and you're thinking about selling coaching programs, then you're probably not going to be successful. Why? Because guess what? You're not going to be able to stand out. There's a billion other people doing the same thing who have more followers than you, and they've been inside the marketplace for longer, sharing the same message. And ultimately, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get washed out. You're going to lose all your energy. And inside any business, energy as a leader is the number one thing that you need to maintain. What you need to do is you need to solve problems. You need to go, okay, how can I be the expert of one particular field? And what I mean by that, I'm going to give you an example here. All right, let's say you want to coach male entrepreneurs. I see so many personal trainers wanting to coach male entrepreneurs online, thinking that they've got money. But you need to understand what people value the most. If you understand what people value the most and what their biggest pain points are, you'll get them to buy. There's a very, very good example of this, and I want you to think about this and bear along with me. Okay, male entrepreneur, right? He might want to lose 5 kilos. He might want to lose a bit of body weight. He might want to get his strength up. He might want to have more energy. He might want to get his body fat down. He might want to look better. He might want to have more sex. He might want to have all these things, right? There's all this pain that he has. But the biggest pain that you need to understand to him is, what does he really want, and what's the biggest pain? The pain for him is productivity. The pain for him is focus. The pain for him is being more productive and production. The ability to produce more results inside of his business, inside of his life. The entrepreneurs thrive on that. And if you don't understand that, you can't talk to him about it. And so, for example, if you come in as a fitness coach and you go, okay, I want to work with male entrepreneurs, and you go, dude, I'll help you transform your body in 12 weeks. Guess what? He sees you as a commodity, because he's like, dude, I see this all the time, but he also doesn't value that. He puts maybe a $50 value, a $100 value, maybe a $200 value. But if you want to be able to sell to him at a higher price point, you need to really understand what he values the most. And inside of this case, this male entrepreneur values production. Okay? So if you can show to him, hey dude, I will give you, I'm a coach and I work with male entrepreneurs and I have a system, okay, that shows you by the end of the system, you're going to be producing 2 times more. We're going to get your mindset right, we're going to get your habit right, we're going to increase your focus, and ultimately at the end, we're going to produce 2 times more for your business, for your life, for your energy, for your body. We're going to produce twice the results inside of 6 weeks, or whatever the case may be. And then now guess what? You're selling him the same thing, but you've added the thing that he really wants the most, the thing that he values the most, which in turn, guess what? Comes down to, he's going to pay you a bigger price point. Now, this is where it gets a little bit sticky, because I want to help a lot of personal trainers. I want to help you. But here's the thing. In order for me to help you, I need you to open up your brain. I need you to actually go, okay, Lynn, the biggest belief that you're going to have right now is, Lynn, I don't know how to make somebody more productive. I don't know how to help them make more money. You need to understand that right now, your health and fitness foundations of what you've learned inside of health, fitness, building habits, making the right choices, consistency, showing up every single day. If you apply that to any area of your life, such as business, such as your relationships, if you rock up to your business every single day, if you make sure that you're setting up new lead generation strategies, etc., every single day, and then every single week you're measuring that progress, just like you'd measure your body fats on your clients every single week, and then you make the adjustments necessary, guess what? Will your business grow? Yes or no? Yes. The business failed simply because people don't know their numbers, they aren't consistent enough, and they don't play the long-term game. Now, of course, you're going to need to evolve this and obviously open up your message and learn more. But if you decide today you're going to be the number one most trusted advisor, the coach for male entrepreneurs, then guess what? You're going to need to know more. If you get stuck inside of a fixated mindset, you're gone. You're gone. Because ultimately, I am coaching leaders to be able to innovate, to be able to create, to be able to dominate, to be able to learn more, to be able to be the most trusted advisor expert. There is no faking this stuff. You want to be better, you need to open up your mind. If you make a decision today, you're going to be the number one most trusted advisor coach for entrepreneurs. You better goddamn do your research. You better goddamn go to Google. You better have entrepreneurs that you've helped for free and really relay their problems. You better be a problem solver. Now, if you're with me on that one, then you're going to win. You're going to win, you're going to generate the revenue, you're going to generate the name, you're going to generate the brand. But if you're still here in 2018 looking for a quick hack for some lead generation and you think that fat loss is going to cut it, you're in trouble. Okay, because let me ask you a question. It's the same deal that we talked about in 2017. If your business has not changed, let's not do what Einstein said not to do. The definition of insanity is that doing the same shit over and over again, expecting a different result. Wouldn't that be true? And so if you want 2018 to change, the biggest growth for me, and I understand it's really scary. If I had told this to me when I was 24 years old, I'm 28 now. If I had said this to me at 24, I was like, dude, I don't know, give me an easier way. And I'm so tired of seeing so many trainers get burnt. I'm so tired of seeing so many trainers try to sell fat loss but fail. And right now, I bet you're trying to sell fat loss and failing. And it's not because people don't want it. It is because people don't want it. But they want it at a price that you're not willing to give it to them at. I mean, if you set somebody up with a 12-week coaching program and you charge $15, I bet they'll buy. Yeah, they'll buy, but you'll be out of business because you don't have the profit margins or the profitability or the scalability to sustain that. It's not that the marketplace doesn't want that. It's that the marketplace's expectation of that actual service is way below what you're going to be expected to sell for. And we see so many personal trainers getting sold by business coaches telling them that you can charge thousands of dollars. And it's just not true. You begin to charge thousands of dollars when you provide solutions and you solve problems. So if there's one thing I can implore you to do is don't go online personal training, selling fat loss, the commodity market, it's dead. It's really, really dead. And I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to actually coach you and actually go, all right, there are different sub-markets that you can own. Being the best in any market, you got to be the best. That's the truth. The truth is there is no secret. You be the best, you grow, you learn your craft, you learn how to problem solve, you learn how to give value, people come to you. But the first thing that I need you to understand right now is you need to take off that personal training hat and stop confining yourself. Stop boxing yourself in. Stop boxing yourself in and feeling like all you know is training and you know how to lift weights, how to get strong, resistance training, all of these things like eccentric, concentric, that stuff doesn't matter. What really matters is your ability to open up and go, okay, cool, I may not know this, but guess what? There are resources available to me to go and learn. So right now, I've got one big task for you listening to this, and I want to welcome you back to 2018. This is going to be a fantastic year, and you're going to see way more results coming from us because right now, humanity needs an upgrade. There are so many people inside of our world that need to be upgraded. And we need to upgrade society as a whole, upgrade them inside of their bodies, upgrade them inside of their happiness, upgrade them and pull them away from depression, upgrade them and actually allow them to pull themselves out of societal conditioning. Such as they can't have more, they can't be more, they can't take risks. So many people are so afraid. And it begins with coaches that that empower them with the actual meaning of what it's like to bring out the best in people. All right, so we're starting with this conversation for today, and the conversation begins with, hey, which area, what do you want to be known for? Which area of health and fitness, which area of whatever coaching industry that you want to partner with, what do you want to be known for? What's the one key expertise? And it could be, you know what? I just want to be known, I want to lead a movement of mums who are all strong and we lift weights. And you know what? That's a great movement because guess what? It's not a commodity. There aren't many mums that are freaking strong and hot and sexy and lifting weights, and that's you. That's amazing. If you're a dad and you want to live a movement of dad being the leader of the household, then shit, there's going to be stuff that you're going to need to learn. And if you want to work with entrepreneurs, then you work with entrepreneurs. If you want to work with female entrepreneurs, you work with female entrepreneurs. If you want to work with mums, post-pregnant mums who have incontinence and that's your jam, do that. Be the best at that. Pick one thing and double down and triple down and quadruple down. Okay? So I hope this got your mind stimulating, but I had to bring you the truth. And the truth is online personal training is dead the way you know it. Fat loss and muscle building and sending out 12-week programs and 8-week programs, all of that shit, you and I both know. You know, if you don't believe me, truthfully, if you don't believe me, I want you to do this test. Just go on your social media right now and go, I'm giving away 10 free spots to my 12-week coaching and see how hard it is to actually get people to actually do it. And then tell me it's not dead. Okay, so the number one thing that I wish that you would take away from this is, number one, begin to problem solve, open up your mind. Okay, Don't be limited, don't be confined by your thoughts. Exactly the same thoughts I had when I left as well. It's very, very scary. And a lot of people will say this, especially inside of the fitness industry. It's a very, very highly judgmental industry. Like every single person has an opinion, and you should not give a fuck about what anyone else has to say about you, because they're not doing anything to upgrade humanity. They will sit there, they'll bitch about you, they'll say you shouldn't be doing this, you're a sellout, you shouldn't market, only because of their own insecurities. I want you to remember that, because if you're here, you're going to be willing to succeed, and my job is to help you succeed. All right, so your one task for today, simply double down on which area of expertise you want to be known for, and more importantly, what are you going to do to begin that journey, begin that framework, begin that knowledge of what you need to do to start becoming the expert? Who do you need to make contact with? What podcasts do you need to listen? What do you need to begin searching? What do you need to begin geeking out on? And begin that journey. All right, and I'll see you on the next episode. Alrighty, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.